What's up everyone, it's your boy, we're back with another video, this time talking about Ishtar and an analysis of what kind of skills are best on her and what her teammates should be. First of all, thank you everyone for stopping by. It means the world to me that we're just here having a conversation and just talking about our favorite game. A quick disclaimer, please, everything I'm going to say is going to be my opinion on what is best on Ishtar, and this might differ from what you think, and there's going to be many builds out there. So feel free to comment what your favorite build is so the entire community can debate about it. But again, this is only my opinion, so if I do miss some things, kindly tell me in the comment section and I'll really appreciate it, okay? Anyways, let's go talk about number one, her stats. First things first, let's talk about her stats. Ishtar has one of the craziest stats in the entire game because of her insane speed. She has 34 base attack and 36 base speed, equaling a total of 70 points in just pure brute combat. And the other blue mages that come close to that is Lene, who has sadly disappeared off the face of the earth, with a total of 71 points, and Delphia with 70 as well. Her defense is pretty respectable at 17, but her resistance is only 26, which is actually lower than most other blue mages. Her HP is 38, which is quite a lot actually, so it helps her stay on the field for a little while longer. I will definitely recommend having a plus attack boon or a plus speed boon. In my opinion, I actually lean more on plus attack because of Mjolnir and Swift Sparrow. She's probably doubling enemies anyways, so it's best to maximize her damage output as much as possible. Her bane should be minus defense because she should probably be used as a glass cannon, and with a measly 17 defense, she's probably not going to be able to tank any single attack. But a minus HP is fine as well because her base HP is actually quite high compared to other blue mages, ranked number 5 among 22 other blue mages. She's tied with Reinhardt, just saying, with 38 HP as a base HP. Let's go into her weapon. Her weapon has to be Mjolnir. It is a very insane weapon as it accelerates special trigger by 1 and it also increases speed by 6 during combat. So please definitely keep the weapon. As she is infantry, there are not many infantry buffs out there other than the regular Hones and Fortify, so I'll probably stay away from Bloodblade Plus. Her passive should be the normal ones, either reposition, swap, or drawback, but I actually think Ardent Sacrifice might work well for her, and I'll tell you why later. Her best special attack is Glimmer. Because of her high attack output and only a 2 CD count, this actually makes her spam this special every player phase turn because she is, again, most likely going to be doubling people up. Moonbow is a pretty good staple as well, just because it's very spammy. Others to look at are Luna and Astra, but they have a higher CD count, so they might not be as tempting, so I'll probably stick with Glimmer. I've seen people out there putting out Iceberg or Glacies. I don't really think they're good enough because she doesn't have that high resistance compared to other blue mages, but you do have a plus resistant Ishtar, then Iceberg might be best for plus 15 attack every time because she's going to go up and get 30 resistance, which is very respectable. Her A skill has to be Swift Sparrow. I don't see any other A skill as powerful as this one. This gives her +4/+4 on attack and speed and just makes her even stronger as a glass cannon. However, remember I was talking about Ardent Sacrifice? Well, if you can get her HP down below 80%, you can actually equip Brazen Attack Speed 3, which can actually give her +7/+7 attack and speed during combat if you have Winter Robin to fodder. Death Blow is a cheaper option if you have Klein, and if you really want to, although I will step away from this because I really don't think this is the best idea, Life and Death, why not? You wish for that +5/+5 attack speed, go ahead. But in my opinion, Swift Sparrow is the best because it's the cheapest. You don't need to invest a lot in that A skill because she already has it on her base kit. And if you're so like, I don't know, you're wailing a lot, then Brazen Attack Speed 3, and you really know how to play the game properly, Brazen Attack Speed 3 with that +7/+7, yo, that's insane, okay? So that's also another choice. But again, if you're very cheap, you can definitely have Death Blow. But if you're very cheap, why don't you just keep Swift Sparrow, right? Her B skill is the most debatable. I think Desperation is a very strong B skill, as she will have a follow-up attack because of her high speed. This makes it so that she pulls off 2 shots before the enemy can even take a shot on her. However, again, the thing I see that's bad is she must be under a certain threshold of HP, in this case 75%, which is why I think Ardent Sacrifice or Reciprocal Aid is very good on her. Her defense is already very low, so you can't allow her to be in a position where she's getting attacked by melee damage. Magic is okay to get her quickly under the range, so if you are using a build without Ardent Sacrifice and potentially using Brazen Attack Speed and Desperation, then you gotta make sure she gets hit at least once and she survives for the ultimate damage output. So personally, I would probably stick with Swift Sparrow Desperation and Ardent Sacrifice just because of this really good combo. But if you're really desperate for, just moving your units around, then reposition, um, swap are the best passive skills to have. So here's how I look at it. Best support skills to have. Here's how I look at it. You should probably give her both. Okay, you should probably give her both reposition slash swap slash drawback and ardent sacrifice. So in specific cases where you know somebody's gonna get hit, one of your allies is gonna get hit, you can use ardent sacrifice, and then all of a sudden you can just whip out desperation, and she's gonna go ham, and she's gonna double people up, okay, without getting hit. So I personally feel having both on her is a good thing. Okay. Other B options are Chill Res to debuff an enemy so you can potentially kill that enemy more easily. Vantage, which is in her base kit, is also quite usable, but again, it only works really well against ranged units, so I would recommend to stay away from that unless you put Close Counter on her. And again, I really don't think Close Counter is good. You can, but Swift Sparrow is much cheaper, as I say, and much better to increase her attack and speed. Her C skill has to be Odd Attack Wave 3. You can't get away from that. It is a very unique skill that helps buff adjacent allies by +6 attack and also herself on every odd turn. This will mean if she has Swift Sparrow and Mjolnir, a +10 attack speed, that's what she's going to get. She's going to easily go up to 44 attack and 46 speed based on her base stats during combat. And the units around her can also get an attack buff, which will make it easier to kill others. So she's going +10/+10. Her allies, her adjacent allies, are going +6 attack. It's game over for the enemies, pretty much, okay? You can tank well, you can play well, it should be game over. Her seal can be anything. The best one is probably a +speed seal to give her even more speed. Allows her to double people up more. Plus attack is also fine as well. Best teammates are anybody that has reposition so she can get out of enemy range, and anybody that can take care of green units, especially green mages or anybody with blue Tonebreaker. Characters like Aira, Ike, Fallen Selka are great for her to get rid of those enemies. Be careful when going against distant counter units because they actually might survive. Have such low defense, she'll actually die very easily. Cecilia is a very scary enemy for her, especially when she has a bunch of horse buffs. So be careful, don't use her against Cecilia, she's going to die. Also, dragons, which usually have high resistance, are also bad, like Myrrh and Female Kana, especially if they have lightning breath as well. Overall, I think she's a very strong glass cannon. If you have her as a plus attack or plus speed boon, count yourself very blessed because you just got a fantastic character. You do have a minus attack or minus speed. It actually does affect her ability and her power. So maybe investing in another character like Lene or Delphia could be better if you do have them. You can definitely put a seal to correct those IVs, and if you do have minus attack or minus speed, maybe in the future we get better characters that could potentially use her odd skill better. I don't really know. Maybe, okay? But I have to check that. I'm not very sure if that's only limited on her. I hope it's not. But you can definitely use her for fodder. Generally, when using her, it's best for her to be on the back lines and just picking off enemies one by one. A dancer or singer is perfect for her, which is why Lene can be good as a serviceable red tank, so she can attack twice and then finish enemies off, or Ishtar can just step away from enemy lines. For this, I'll give her a rating of 5 out of 5, because you can't really go wrong, even with bad Banes. She helps allies with her C skill, she deals amazing damage, she's just the whole package. So this concludes my analysis of Ishtar. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Peace out, everyone.